camera up there.
Good people. Why would you say that? We know that it's live.
I didn't know. If
Good people. We are actually live
because you know what
this
it
time.
is.
No.
Period. They know what it is.
Stop.
No. I will not stop. I won't stop.
Before we used to say we were live, but it was pre-recorded.
Period.
Now
we're actually live.
We're actually live. So no more audio only videos, no more technical difficulties.
We've been working on a way to get around those issues.
Because
don't try to blame me.
Some people don't know.
The guy who does all the work.
Listen, when it was on the Drum Coaster channel, I didn't have that problem.
Listen, we're not.
You know what it is.
You're
like you said. You know what it is.
I see what's going on.
Shout out to the sponsors, our very own app, Drum Tracks app. You guys need to download the app.
Yes.
Currently, what's going on with it for people who don't know?
As far as
updated information,
we are at the finish line with the new update. We've been uploading it to iTunes or Apple, the Apple App Store, because they take a little longer to actually accept the app when they do their reviews than Google does. So once we get through that and it goes on to the App Store, it will also go on to the Google Play Store in the same day. I want to give you guys a specific date, but I don't feel like I should do that because it's looking like it's coming like within the next couple of days, but something could happen where Apple's like, hey, can you guys look at this before we do that? So we're just trying to be in compliance and do all that.
That's why I'm an Android user right there.
It has what?
Because Apple be out here tripping.
Okay.
But shout out to Apple, man. Please put our app in your store.
Yeah, part. And
because we got videos, we got all kind of stuff coming. Let's go.
Listen, this whole thing that we're doing live right now on YouTube is brand new. It was the first time we've ever done this.
That part.
So
looks like there's some people in here too.
Looks like we got 12 people, 11. They're coming.
It was 12.
Well, hey,
well, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, for those of you who are here. Matter of fact, we're gonna get this podcast going. We're gonna, we good with all the preliminaries.
Yeah, let's get into it. How to practice. So
let's talk about it.
Well, I happen to recently have an experience with a drummer asking me how to get better at a particular thing, and I said honestly, bro, I practice it really slow.
Yeah.
Oddly enough,
right.
I'm pretty sure you ran into musicians. You play multiple instruments. So I'm pretty
recently.
Sure. Well, we can talk about that too. So as I gave my example, the question while I was giving my example, right after I gave my example, I was like, bro, you really gonna play it that slow? Yeah, I'm gonna play it that slow, and I'm gonna play it that slow for as long as it takes. I mean, you can do a timeline, you can do 5 minutes, you can do 10, you can do 15, you can do 20. But honestly, I wanted to play until it was comfortable. So whatever that time period is, it could be only 7 minutes. Some people are fast, some people can get it in 3 minutes, but me, I tend to take a little bit longer. So I like to practice until it's comfortable. So the whole point of this podcast really is to encourage people to stick with it, because it takes a long time, man. Like, you can't just get things that you cannot play already quickly sometimes.
Right. You can improve. You'll see improvements, but you may not get to that place where you completely own it in a week.
Bruh.
It may take a couple weeks. It may take but this, to me, it goes back to one of the things that we have talked about before, right? Which is how you practice and being consistent with that thing, right? Because most people don't even know what they want to get better at. And at the end of the day, if you don't know what you want, you'll never have it. So if you actually get to that place where you know what you want to practice and you know what you're trying to get better at, and you spend your time, it's not like you got to do that one thing for 2 hours a day. If you do that, like you said, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but you're consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that consistency.
4 to 5 days a week, man.
It's the key that unlocks the door.
That
right?
part.
And so like if you do that, then you'll actually start to see results. That's when we did our 30-day hand speed camp. We didn't say you were going to go from never playing the drums before to as fast as Eric Moore in 30 days. But what we were saying is you can be faster. You can see results. And people just don't know, or they just, I don't know, maybe I don't know what it is that keeps people from having the discipline.
Bruh, what you tell us in the comment section, what keeps you from having a discipline? I gave a Skype lesson, and as soon as I taught the pattern or the phrase that the guy was learning, the kid was learning, he wanted to jump up by like 35 BPM instantly.
Yeah.
I was like, Brody, we had 75.
Right.
Let's just try 80. You know what I mean?
To see 100.
He tried to go to 1. And you can hear the sloppiness. I don't know if it was he's trying to impress me or impress himself of, hey, I can do it this fast. I don't know what that mentality is.
Because I've experienced something similar to that recently as well with another musician. But the thing that I think happens is you don't want to struggle, right? And so if you get it down if the goal is to get it down at a fast tempo, then you're just trying to get it to that tempo as fast as possible. Like, yo, I could do this at 75 BPM, but if I get it down at 75 BPM one time, even though I got it wrong all the other times, I feel like I should jump up.
It's time for me to go up higher
to the goal tempo,
because I made the bucket once.
Period. So now I'm ready to be in the game.
Now that I've made a layup, I can shoot half court shots like Steph Curry.
No, good and well that it was a fluke. You've only done it once out of all of your tries.
You've done it one time.
And so at the end of the day, man, it's okay. It's okay to be at a place where you're practicing something and you don't have it. Like, that's right there in the nit grit of that is where you know you're getting better. It's almost like being in a gym and you are trying to be able to lift a certain weight and you're doing reps at, I don't know, maybe 80% of your max or whatever. And you're able to get that 2 times, or even if you're not even doing that, you're doing a lighter weight, but you're going 10 reps. And it's that last 2-3 reps where the real magic is happening, not where you're comfortable doing it at. It's when you get uncomfortable. It's when the pain kicks in and you're pushing, even though like that's where it's at. So I would encourage everybody, like, yo, when you're shedding and you find yourself in a rut, know that that's where the magic is happening. And you're not going to know. It may not be something that just automatically clicks where you have it. It's going to be a thing that's happening gradually over time, and every rep matters. Every time you do it, it matters.
Say that part. Every rep matters.
Period.
Listen, when I was explaining to the Skype lesson the guy that was doing the Skype lesson, I was explaining that, yo, even I practice like this.
Yes.
And I have no shame in my game. When I say I practice, I'm talking that fast. No. I'm doing that speed. Sometimes it's even slower than that.
Right.
Depending on what I'm going for.
Right.
And I will sit and live in that speed.
Right.
In that rate of speed at that tempo, 75, 60, 85, whatever that is. I will sit and live in that. Because sometimes it's not about playing it until you get it right. It's about playing it until you can't get it wrong. Correct. So you're just doing it. Like, even when I'm comfortable, I'm probably still going to go a little bit longer because I just don't want to make this mistake. I don't want to make any mess ups before I move up. And like you said, the consistency.
At the end of the day, bro, you got to walk before you run.
Brody.
You got to crawl before you walk.
Brody, I've seen so many tags of
some of you guys are just out here trying to fly, bro. And we can't even do that,
bro.
You can't even fly.
I would love to repost some of you guys. I really would. I would love to. I can't do it. I can't, bro. Some of the stuff that you get tagged in, I'm like, bro, that is not the lick that I taught.
Yeah, but they're trying to play the lick that you taught in the video that they're tagging you in.
Yeah, and they're trying to play it at a speed that they can't play it at.
Right.
I'm like, listen, the one thing I care about is execution. So even if you're playing the lick and it ain't as fast as I taught it on YouTube or whatever, maybe you saw me play a lick on Instagram and you're like, oh, I'm trying to do this little phrase. Cool. Even if you played it slow and it sounded clean,
right,
that is solid to me.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, I know that I taught it at 150 BPM, but he got it at 123 on whatever. Maybe he's playing it just a click, maybe he's playing it by itself, or maybe he's playing to a play along track, which is we have those on the app, by the way.
For sure, 100.
Shameless
because
plug.
You know what it is.
Download over 140 play along track. Anyway, maybe he's playing to that. It's like, yo, we can repost. That's solid. But some of the stuff, it be like, it's like the notes are supposed to be this spread out, but they jumbled together.
Correct.
Where it's like it ain't as clean as it should sound.
And again, like you said, it's because I think it's because they don't want to sit. They're just too anxious.
You're lazy
to get to the goal. Well, there's that.
You're lazy.
Well, listen, hold on. Wow. Okay, we're live. It is, I don't know, close to 11 p.m. probably now. I can't even see the time.
What time?
It's probably like 10:30. But anyway,
almost 10:30 our time.
Yeah, our time. But at the end of the day, we are too anxious to get to the goal. And so we want to be there before we're actually there. We just act like we're there. It's almost like you're on a road trip to LA, but you stop in Fresno and it's like, we're here. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who don't know, Fresno is like halfway,
bro.
Fresno Baker's from where we're from. Fresno is like, you still got another 3 hours, bro.
There's 3 hours to get to Fresno, then 3 hours to keep going to get to No, you cannot be in Fresno thinking you in La La Land. It's not gonna happen. You guys got to be realistic, yo. This thing, we did a clinic a couple weeks ago, and one of the things I said at the clinic is, this is hard work.
Period.
It's just what it's what it is. It's not fun. It's not like, yay, we get to do this for 5 minutes over and over and over, and I'm so excited. But every rep counts, like you said.
Right.
What happens is when you go to play that drum fill or play that groove in a musical setting with a band in front of a crowd, and your execution is there's a feeling that comes over you like, yeah, we killing. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. As opposed to,
it's a freedom, man.
I tried to go for something.
Correct.
It didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. And now I think I should just kill myself because I'm a terrible person and I don't deserve to live.
Yeah.
Because that sometimes people like they feel that way, like, man, I just suck as a human being.
That's a whole other podcast too that we definitely, I think we can get into on another podcast. The whole idea of I'm only as good as my last performance.
Man,
not like I'm only as good as a drummer, but I'm only as valuable. My life as a person, as a human being, only has as much value as my last performance. Listen, we're musicians, bro. Everybody has been there, whether they admit it or not. If you play a gig and where you bomb the gig or you sound terrible and you go home feeling like you are worthless as a person,
woo,
you know what I'm talking about.
I should just fall off the face of the planet.
Like, I just don't deserve to be here.
Just kill me now.
So
gracious.
That's a whole other podcast. We'll get into that because it's a ridiculous thing. I mean, but it's real though, and it happens. I'm not saying that it's not real, that people's feelings aren't valid, but that's a whole other thing. At the end of the day, though, we have to get to a point where we understand the patience that comes with getting better at anything, not just the drums, but anything. It is dedication. We have to fall in love with the process.
Out of both shots, I felt something.
You felt something, didn't you?
So the organ's on, actually. we can fire that thing up.
We have to fall in love with the process because that's all there is. There is no, like we say, the goal. Like, why do we have a goal that we think we're going to reach if we always say at the end of the day that we are forever learning, forever getting better? That means, yeah, you might, reach this milestone, but you have to understand that this is all that there is the process.
Because as soon as you get there, there's going to be another.
It's time to go somewhere else.
There's another goal.
It's another goal. You got something else you're trying to get better at. Because again, I've said this many times. I don't even know if you agree with this, but I really believe this. When you're trying to get better at the drums, you can't get better at everything at the same time.
Period.
So you have to get better at certain things. So when you get better at this one thing, you're still not gonna be the best at it. You're just gonna be better than you were, which is good. It's gonna allow you to, it's gonna give you the facility to be able to play the things that you weren't able to play before, but now you're ready to play something else. There's levels to this. And so you have to understand that and be patient with yourself. And for all of my guys who are 35, 30 years old, 25, 27, and you feel like you should be better right now than you were.
Even the 53-year-olds.
Everybody. If you are like, man, I've been playing for 35 years, but I'm not where I want to be. It's not too late. Don't beat yourself up. If you really want it,
leave that for us. We'll beat you up and tell you how bad you sound. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
At the end of the day, though, but if you really want it, if you really want it, you can go back and get it. You can go practice. There's nothing stopping you. All you have to do is get on your kit. Start working on one thing at a time. Enjoy the process of it. Stop comparing yourself to people who have been consistent for 75 years. Like that you can't do that.
Bruh. That part.
So I think that is a big reason of why people will try to play a lick and then they don't get it right away, or they get it at a super slow tempo and now they're trying to jump up to speed because they want to be good. They don't want the process of learning and growing because that process is a grind.
That is insanity. That is like people saying, I want to lose weight, but don't want to go to the gym and do all the work to do it.
No, yeah.
What that mean? So basically, what they're saying is,
I went to the gym this week. I should have lost 50 pounds.
So
that's what they're saying.
It's insanity. It's like so then you don't really want to lose weight. You just want the weight already gone. You don't want to. Exactly. You don't want to get better as a drummer. You want to already be better.
Right.
You just said it like what they're saying is right. Yes.
That
makes no sense.
You're hitting the nail on the head, bro.
That makes no. Listen,
that's what I think it is.
This thing takes work.
Listen, you're a small guy. You never had to lose weight like that.
First of all, you know what it is out here.
Okay. But at the end of the day,
you ain't finna get at me. That's what I'm getting.
What I'm saying is, for people who have a lot of weight to lose and they go to the gym, the process is hard, and I get it. You just want to hurry up and be to the goal. You want to snap your fingers and be like, "Oh, all this weight's off." But that's not how it works. It's just not reality. Plus, there's so much to be discovered, so much to be gained, so much strength to be had, so much. I'm not gonna say that, but there's so much growth to be had in that process.
Oh man, that was good.
It's like when it's not about you losing the weight, you become a whole nother person.
Come on.
Like not just the way you look, but who you are, your mental strength, your mental fortitude, right? And it's the same thing on the drums. When you go through that process of getting better and struggling and climbing that wall, once you get onto the other side, you're gonna have another wall to climb, but you will have more confidence that you can do it because you just climbed a wall that seemed impossible before. So you'll know what it takes to climb this wall, and that's just the way it works.
Earlier, you touched on. I think it'll be great for another podcast, but you touched on practicing certain things to practice. Where it's like you can't practice everything. You can only get better at certain things. And I think that's a good podcast because sometimes we said way in the beginning, sometimes they don't know what they want to practice. Well, people that ask me for help,
right?
It's a generalized statement where, hey, I want to get better at chops. Well, we'll do another podcast on it, but there's all kinds of different chops. Right. Or even if you say groove, there's all kinds of different groove. It could be independence, whatever it is.
And don't mess around and find out your chops are trash because you can't play doubles with your kick. Or
that's a whole nother.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like
listen. There's another podcast.
But when you go to explore these types of things, when you go into exploring those types of things, you actually discover what the real problem is.
Come on now.
And sometimes it's not even about your creativity. Sometimes your creativity is there, and you just don't have the facility of your limbs, your body, your hands, your wrists, your feet are not doing what you tell them to do because you haven't practiced and gained that facility and control over those limbs yet. So I mean, there's a whole lot of things.
Maybe sometimes you're just lazy. How about that? I said it earlier.
And I think that lazy. we actually may maybe we should do a podcast on the idea of how to know what to practice, or how you can discover what you should work on to take yourself from where you're at to the next level.
We got a bunch of podcast ideas for you guys,
and we're gonna try to do more podcasts live like this. This is our first one. That's why we're doing it like super late at night. We don't really have an expectation of a lot of people to be on here right now, but
let us know how it sounded, what we did. Let us know if it's cool. You want us to keep going live? Put it in the comment section,
because we're not going to give a time of when we're going to go live every week yet.
We should probably also give them the ability
to chat. That'd be nice, so we can interact with them and we can talk back and forth.
Yeah. If you see us, we're not looking at the camera. We're looking at the
computer.
The computer to make sure
everything's in frame. It's our
first
still
recording and
the whole nine. It's our first time doing it. We're gonna get better, but we'll probably open up the chat so that you guys can ask us questions when we do this live, and we can kind of communicate going back and forth.
You put it on the right audio so they can hear us through the mics, right?
Listen, I did, but we're gonna find out if it works. I know that.
That's what we need the live chat for. Be like, hey,
can y'all hear us?
Can
y'all hear us? Yeah, we'll get to it. But look, fam, that's it. Please be on the lookout for the update with the new update on the Drum Tracks app. I do want to say this real quick about it. There will be over 300 videos for you guys to look at on the app. Our podcast will also stream on the app, like these videos that we do here. You can watch them on YouTube still, but they'll also be on the app. We have some people's been asking about where Drumfield Friday went. People's been asking about where all of that stuff went. It'll be on the app, and those videos will be able to be streamed for free.
Drumfield Friday went to 2015. That's where it died. It died in 2015.
The old ones are all of those videos are on the app though, and
not all of them, but
yeah, a lot of them.
Some of them.
But then there's a lot of videos, a huge library of videos that will not be free to stream. That there will be a subscription for those videos, and with that subscription, you'll also get a bunch of play along tracks that you can stream offline, right? Because first of all, let me say this: all the tracks on the app will still be free to stream. As long as you have an internet connection, you will still be able to stream all of the tracks.
Do you know whoa. Do you guys know what streaming means? It means when you press play
and you have the internet
and
connected.
you have Wi-Fi
or data, mobile data, whatever your service provider is.
When you press play, the track will play. You'll be able to hear sound
based on the internet that you have.
You will not be able to download anything without a subscription.
Period.
But you will be able to play for free. Just play. Press
play.
That's
what that means. So for people who do subscribe to the app when it comes out, and we're gonna have it for cheap in the beginning. We're gonna raise the price, but it's gonna be really, really cheap. What, $10 we said? Those
$10, yeah,
$10 for those who subscribe in the beginning.
It's offering time.
You guys will get 5 free downloads a month. You'll get offline streaming. You get all the features of the app and access to all of the videos. Over 300, our entire drum lesson library.
Let's go back to that. Offline streaming.
Offline streaming,
meaning you don't need internet.
Right. That means you'll be able to hit a button and the song will download into your in-app library. What does that mean? That means that
you gotta explain.
No, I'm serious.
No, because we get messages like this all the time.
Let me explain it.
We can't play.
Let me explain it, bro. Don't let me explain it. So, in-app library means it's a library that is in the app only. It's not an MP3 file. These are in-app library downloads so that you can stream them without an internet connection, and it'll start right away.
In the app.
However, if you do want the actual MP3 file of a track, that is a separate download. But people who do subscribe, you have to pay for that. But those who have a subscription to the app gets 5 MP3 downloads per month, every single month. They get to choose any 5 tracks that they want and download them for free. And if they want more than that, after the first 5 free ones, they get all the rest of them half off. But that's neither here nor there. For those of you who subscribe, we got a lot for you. For those of you guys who want to continue to just stream and use it for free, you can still do that too. But listen, we thank y'all for rocking with us, and we're gonna
know what it is, man. Hashtag all the way through. Hashtag share.
You know what it is.
Share this with everybody. Like, comment.
Yes.
Turn on post notifications.
Yes,
we should have said that at the beginning.
You know that though.
Follow us on every social media platform we have right now. I think it's just 3. This one, YouTube,
Facebook and
Instagram, Drum Tracks app, everything.
And if you guys have questions, or things that you want us to talk about in the podcast, please DM us on Instagram. Instagram is the best place to DM us at on that, or you can leave it in the comments on YouTube as well. We do check those.
We will leave the our Instagram handles in the description box because it's no longer on the screen since we're live.
Because you know what it is. That's it, fam. We'll catch y'all on the next one. I want to say peace, but we got to get up and stop the thing.
Well, I mean, you can just move the mouse over.
Well, let's try it.
And then we can say, get the mouse ready. Yeah,
okay.
Get it ready to end stream.
All right.
We'll click it once because it's going to ask you if you want to do it, and we say peace.
All right, y'all.
So now we say peace, and then you click it.
Peace.